Hey, good afternoon, basketball fans. On a Saturday after Thanksgiving, it's time for the Thanksgiving Classic and final game for the LCC women. I'm Corey Allen Ford, voice of the Running Lopes. We're glad you're with us this afternoon from the LCC Wellness Center, the campus of Lamar Community College in Lamar, Colorado. Kristen Luber's alongside, running the dials and making sure that we're on the air today, making sure that we're on the computer to monitors, televisions, or whatever you may have electronically, including watches nowadays. From what I understand, you can watch these things. So that tells you how stone-aged I am. But nonetheless, we'll have basketball today. The number one scorer in the country is in the house. Yes, and she's only scored 10 points last night. Her teammates picked her up with 30. And the number one scorer in the country is Kiara Scholes, a 5'10 sophomore for Frank Phillips. It's Frank Phillips against Lamar Community College in the final game of the Thanksgiving Classic here at the LCC Wellness Center. Howard just got done beating Otero 46-32. Howard College, of course, beat Lamar last night 66-54. So they come in from Big Spring, Texas, 444 miles away, and they get the win, 2 wins, and they're heading back on the bus right now as we speak. Lamar, on the other side, would like to even up their record as they head into Region 9 play coming up next week, but they got a couple of games this week we'll tell you about as we go. But Lamar will try to even up their record at 5-5 against one of the top scoring teams in the country in Frank Phillips. They only average 69 points a game, but the top scorer in the country resides on their team, Kiara Scholes, who averages 25 a game. She's 5'10", a sophomore from Foreman, Oklahoma. She only had 10 last night, as I mentioned, and her teammate, Kinsley Schultz, said, you know what? Get on my back and I'll carry the team. She had 30 last night, 5'7" sophomore out of Panhandle, Texas, and she was able to carry Frank Phillips to the victory. 2 players that definitely, Coach Landon Steele said, we must contain and hope to contain in order to get a victory this afternoon. Lamar's Eva Bolosevic really struggled last night from the field. Lamar was an atrocious 26% for the game, 28% from the last 3 quarters of the game. And from the field, Bolosevic, a number of easy opportunities, but the ball would not go down for her. She was 1 for 14 in the game from the field. She ended up with just 8 points and 11 rebounds. She averages a double-double. She's part of the under-20 Croatian national team, and she's a member of LCC, and she's having a great year. She's one of the top wings in the country, according to the Jukes Report, which is a very respectable Twitter site for all junior college women's basketball fans. You can find it at the Jukes Report on your Twitter. LCC and Frank Phillips matching up today in the final game of this Thanksgiving tournament. Small crowd on hand, but it's mostly the fans and the families of those associated with the players on the court, and we'll have it for you coming up. Frank Phillips and Lamar from the LCC Wellness Center in Lamar, Colorado. Basketball on GoLopes.com and the YouTube channel coming up.
Please stand for the national anthem.
Our national anthem here at the LCC Wellness Center in Lamar, Colorado. Here's the starting lineups for this afternoon's matchup. Frank Phillips is 6-1. They've won 5 straight, have the Plains women. Average 69 points a game. Number 15 is Marlena Anabusi. Busi is out of Cotonou, Benin. And we'll give you more about that as we go on. That is a West African country. We'll talk about that as we go on. 5 points, 9 rebounds average. She's 6'1" and a sophomore. Kira Scholes, the top scorer in the country, is 5'10" and a sophomore, averaging 25 a game, 11 rebounds. Kira Scholes, number 23. Kinsley Schote, 5'7" and a sophomore from Panhandle, Texas, averages 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Darnell Sable is 5'9" and a freshman. She is out of Amarillo, Texas. She averages 8 points and 3 rebounds. Prenine Menore is 5'4" and a sophomore. She is from Bordeaux, France. Perrine Manore is out of Bordeaux, France. She's 5'4" and a sophomore. Manore, Sable, Choate, Scholes, and Anna Ambusu for Frank Phillips and their coach Eric Rodwell. Rodwell, that is in his 10th year. He said it's his best team he's ever had at Frank Phillips down in Borger, Texas. For Lamar, Eva Bolosevic is 6'2" and a sophomore from Zagreb, Croatia. She averages 15 points, 10 rebounds. Kara Budd, 5'7" and a sophomore, one of the returners last year from Lamar. She's from Dighton, Kansas. Kellen Moses, 5'6" and a freshman from Punta Gorda, Florida. Wears the number 13. Outside shooting, Sam Caruth, who had 16, a game high for Lamar last night, 5'9" and a sophomore from Las Vegas. And Shelby Hawkins, 5'9" and a sophomore, the other returnee, is out of Elizabeth, averaging 4 points and 4 rebounds. They have gray uniforms, blue numerals, and yellow trim, then penetrating to the basket off the glass and short and fouled, looks like by Hawkins, is Kira Scholes, the top scorer in the country. And the basketball will be, they say it was before the shot, so it'll be out of bounds to Frank Phillips underneath their basket left side. Here comes the inbounds. The high post pass right back into the corner. That's for Schote. Now up top on the penetration is Sable. Sable will whip it to the other side. Down low, the penetration, the inside pass, and another foul on Lamar. It's on Bolosevic. So Lamar picks up 2 fouls in the first 19 seconds of the game. Bolosevic has her first. So go along with Hawkins in her first. And it's Frank Phillips' ball. Neither team has scored. Frank Phillips still with the ball in their third time they've touched it here early on. Bounce it left side. That is Scholes with it. Scholes penetrates the left wing. Cross-court pass. Gets through 2 defenders. Set fire along 3, and it's no good. Rebound tipped around underneath. Pulled off by Hawkins. Lamar is in blue and white today with gold trim. Long pass to Bolosevic is turned over. Lamar turns it over for the first time tonight. Back the other way comes Scholes. Puts it up softly off the glass. Missed it. And the rebound pulled out of there by Moses. Moses on the push left side of the court with a speed dribble into the front court. Bolosevic has it between the circles. We played a minute. Neither team has scored. Each team has had the ball once. In fact, Frank Phillips has had it twice. Here's Budd. Left wing. Penetrates. Bouncing to the baseline for Hawkins. She has to recover the pass down at the wing. Caruth has it up top. Caruth gets around a defender to the lane. Scoop layup off the glass. No. Tipped out of there. Lamar had a number of those shots last night and couldn't get in the go. It's a 2-on-3 the other way. It's actually a 3-on-2 in the long lead, and the layup is good. Manore from Bordeaux, France gets the layup, but it's 2-0. Frank Phillips by 2, and with the basketball is Lamar. 8.5 to go in the first quarter of play. Here's Budd, left side to the lane. Throws it up off the window, and it spins in. Kiera Budd with a little English on that shot, going down the left side of the lane from the top of the elbow to the bottom. Throws it up off the window and in. It's tied at 2, our first tie of the ball game. Basketball up top in the hands of Darnell Sable, with 5 from Amarillo. Works with the basketball, cut off by Moses. Left side pass for Scholes. Inside. That's the girl from Benin, and Benin's Anna Mbusi makes Luxem Bolosevic now has 2 fouls, and she's going to have to find the bench. And here comes Armani Robbins for Lamar. So Lamar's top offensive threat, Eva Bolosevic, averaging 15 points, 10 rebounds, and struggled yesterday, 1 of 14 from the floor. Already with 2 personal fouls in the first 2.5 minutes of the game. Here's the pass underneath, the catch by Anna Mbusu, and actually that Scholes catching it and putting it in. Kara Scholes, the top scorer in the country, got the deflected pass, gets her first bucket of the game. It's 6-4. Frank Phillips back by 2. It's been their only lead of the night. There's been 2 points on 3 occasions. 2-0, 4-2, and 6-4. 7:06 to go here in the first quarter. Moses up top to Robbins. Robbins backdoor cut. Great catch by Caruth. Missed it short. She was too far underneath the basket. The ball trickles out to Anna Mbusu. And back the other way will come Frank Phillips, slowly bringing it across the timeline. Plainswomen with the lead, 6-4. They're 6-1 on the season, have won 5 straight. Shot is no good. Their only loss was to Seward County, preseason 8th in the country. Carruth got the rebound, and back to the way they'll come. Into the front court, Moses with a speed dribble, gets it off to Hawkins. Work left side for Carruth. Frank Phillips leads 6-4. Carruth from NBA range spins out with a three-pointer. Kira Budd, though, with a rebound. Bud's got the only points for Lamar, 2 layups. Here's the pass to Moses, got it rejected in the middle of the paint by Choate. Back the other way comes Frank Phillips. Great cross-court pass, running layup is good by Anna Mbusu. Great pass down low and across the defense from Scholes to Anna Mbusu, and she gets the bucket, and Lamar's down 4, and Landon Steele not a happy camper on some defensive end. 6:13 to go in the first quarter, and it's Frank Phillips 8, Lamar 4. You're listening to LCC Women's Basketball from the Thanksgiving Classic in Lamar, Colorado on YouTube channel and GoLopes.com. We're back to the Wellness Center in Lamar. It's 8-4, Frank Phillips with the lead. Anna Mbusu, 6'1" sophomore from Benin. Benin is in West Africa. It is between Niger and Nigeria, right on the West African coast. The biggest city is Cotonou, where she is from. 760,000 people in that city along the West African coast, and that's where Anna Mbusu is from. And she strips the ball away from Robbins, gets the turnover forced as she comes back the other way, as does Frank Phillips. 8-4 is the score. They have the lead to the Plainswomen by 4, trying to win their 6th in a row and 2nd in this tournament. Yesterday blew out Otero 87-51. Down low, the catch. They're trying to win 3 in a row against Region 9. They beat Trinidad last Tuesday night, 72-49 in TDAT. Here's a long 3, no good. Rebound flat-footed on the floor. It's thrown into the middle, and Anna Mbusu could not handle it. Here's Carruth the other way. 2-on-1. Pull up pop. No good from 12. Rebound. Robbins underneath. Goes up and is fouled. And the foul is on 32. It'll be on Frank Phillips underneath. That's Darnell Sable, 5'4", and a freshman from Amarillo. At the free throw line was Armani Robbins, that is, 5'10", and a freshman from Aurora. Missed the free throw hard off to the right. That's the first miss. Last night, Lamar was perfect, 12-12 at the free throw line. First miss of the tournament for LCC. One more for Robbins. It's on the way, and it curls over the front of the rim and down. 8-5. Substitution for Lamar. Robbins comes out, and Hannah Diaz comes back into the game. Diaz with 11 points, 3 3-pointers last night, and the loss to Howard, 66-54. Lamar's 4-5 after their 2-game winning streak was snapped. Here's Anna Mbusu, takes an extra 2 steps. One of the top wings in the country, according to the Jukes report, is Iva Bolosevic and Marlene Anna Mbusu. So a lot of players from this part of the country in that top wing category, and 2 of them are playing right now. Actually, one is. The other one's on the bench with 2 fouls. Frank Phillips turns it over for the first time tonight. Here's the bounce pass to the high post. Hawkins to the goal, puts up the short shot, missed it. Rebound tipped underneath, out of bounds, could not control it. Trying to take the rebound away from Kiera Scholes. And back the other way will come Frank Phillips. They lead it by 3. We've played just about 5 minutes here in the first quarter of play. Beautiful Saturday afternoon. Temperature about 70, 65, 70 outside. Great day for doing the leaves, which we kind of started to see earlier this morning, but thank goodness I had basketball to do. Scholes across the lane, missed the jumper from 12 feet. Rebound pulled out of there by LCC. We'll let the kids finish those up. 8-5, Frank Phillips a 3-point lead. LCC back in action Monday night. Just scheduled CSU club team will come here from Fort Collins. They're up in the tournament in McCook the last 2 days. They'll play here Monday night at 5. Then Wednesday night to Alamosa for Adams State JV. And the next Saturday night, we're here for the doubleheader with the annual rivalry and the first of 2 against Otero to open up Region 9. Hoorah! 8-5, Otero, or I should say 8-5, Frank Phillips the lead. Already thinking about Otero. Here's Moses on the dribble. Down the left side of the lane, goes up in traffic, and Anna Mbusu will get the foul. Just much too tall and not able to contain Moses, who tried to scoop a layup underneath there, the kid from Florida. And the kid from Benin in West Africa gets the foul. That'll be her first. And at the free throw line is Moses. She's a 71% free throw shooter. She was perfect on the night, as was everybody for Lamar last night. And Lamar has missed 2 free throws already. That's news. After going 12 of 12 last night. Moses was 2 of 2 last night. Milosevic was 6 of 6 to lead the way for Lamar. Missed both. And the rebound is trickled out way out top. Pulled out of there by Frank Phillips. They'll bring it into the front court. Robbins will check into the next break for Lamar. It's still 8-5, low-scoring first quarter. 3:55 to go here. Here's the cut down low. Scholes the catch, got bumped and fouled, and she did get bumped and fouled. Hannah didn't believe it, but Hannah Diaz out of Peyton, Colorado, picks up the personal. Scholes jumped. She was underneath the basket and underneath the support almost on the side. And Diaz would not let her kind of turn back in to get the shot off, but jumped right into her and caused the contact and the foul. Scholes makes the first. She's got 3 in the game, averages 25. 5'10", sophomore from Foreman, Arkansas. Lamar's seen her last year, I believe. Get my notes out if I can find them. Second one is good as well, and it's 10-5, their largest lead here in the first quarter. 5-point lead, 3:45 to go in the first quarter. Moses up top, works right side. Lamar's yet to launch a 3, which is surprising. They did it all, and speaking of it, Diaz steps back and throws up an air ball out of bounds. Third turnover on Lamar. I spoke too soon, didn't I? Last year, in the game at Lamar, which Frank Phillips won 81-66. In fact, Lamar's never beat Frank Phillips. They're 5-0 lifetime, Frank Phillips is, against Lamar. Here's the catch down low on the right baseline. The shot is short. In traffic, Scholes goes up. Got clobbered, no call. Comes out of there with another rebound. Back into the corner. Left wing, deep 3 for Scholes. Barely drew iron. Anna Mbusu makes the rebound catch of the air ball and puts it up and in the foul. The charm and the harm for Anna Mbusu. And to the free throw line goes the kid from West Africa. The foul is on Hannah Diaz. That'll be her second. 5th on the team, and they're in the bonus the rest of the quarter. Shoots way, way over on the left side, and the free throw's up and good. Doesn't matter where you shoot, as long as the ball goes through the hoop. She's got 7 to lead the way. 13-5. Largest lead of the night continues for Frank Phillips. Here's Diaz, the catch at the left elbow. Back to Caruth. Long 3 is no good. Off the back iron, tracking it into the corner, and it's pulled out of there by Scholes. Kiera on the fly into the front court. She's got a 1-on-4. Kicks it off to the trailer. Long 3 on the right side is no good. Rebound Anna Mbusu, and a foul on Armani Robbins. She is just dominating the game right now, is the kid from Benin. Look it up. I did some massive research last night. I was all over the internet looking where Benin is and what the country's about, where it's located. Its largest city is where she is from, Cotonou, Cotonou. And she puts the ball up, and she stands way over to the left side of the free throw line. If you're looking at it straight down the middle, almost to the edge of it, and she makes another free throw. She's perfect on the line tonight, 2 of 2. She's got 8 of the 14 points for Frank Phillips and make it 9 of the 15, and it's 15-5. The lead balloons to 10. The lead balloons to 10. 2:44 to go in the first. Here's Moses. Stutter step to the basket. Missed everything. Got a weak side rebound. Puts it up. No, but was fouled. Rebound on the other side and fouled. By whom? Number 4, and I don't have a number 4 in the book. So he said there was going to be some number changes because of their gray uniforms. And the free throw is up by Moses. No good. Short of the rim. Don't know who that foul was on. I'll figure it out as we go along, as the free throw is up and no good. The free throw is up and good. The second one by Moses. After she missed the first, Lamar's already missed 3 free throws in the game. 15-6. It's a 9-point lead for Frank Phillips. Here's the lob to the cutter down low. Scholes into the corner. Long 3 on the way is no good. Robbins pulls it out of there. Scholes has 4. Choate, who had 30 last night, is yet to score. Up top of the basketball, around the dribble is Diaz. Caruth from the right wing, 3, good! First of the night for Sam downtown. in the City of Lights product. Las Vegas 15-9. Lamar cuts the lead to 6. 2:02 to go in the quarter. Here's Anna Mbusu driving hard down the right side of the lane, lays it up with no problem. She's got 11 of the 17, and she is turning into the player that I don't think Coach Steele thought was going to dominate, and she is dominating right now. Lamar turns it over again, their 5th turnover. 17-9. Frank Phillips the lead by 8. They've led by as many as 10. Middle of the floor with a dribble. Into the front court comes the mystery number 4. I'm going to say it's Amisha Fields. Amisha Fields, 6-foot freshman who wears 44 in her other jersey. Into the corner. The shot is put up by Schote. She missed it. Rebound on the weak side, pulled out of there by Caruth. She goes to the floor, no foul called. And chasing the ball down is Fields. Amisha comes out of there with it and will have the dribble up top, works right side. Anna Mbusu has it. Lob at the high post. Scholes tried to bounce it down low, and the ball is kicked. And will remain with Frank Phillips. Into the ball game is 25, Hannah Leavitt. She's out of Nazareth, Texas, 5'7", and a sophomore. She'll come into the game for Frank Phillips. Anna Mbusu with 11 points sits out. That's probably a break for Lamar right now. The catch, the fire by Fields, and the corner is good. Misha Fields hits her first 3 of the night, their first 3, and their largest lead of the game here, 20-9 here in the quarter. 46 seconds to go before the end of the first quarter. Caruth straight on 3. Good! Sam from downtown, and it's 20-12. 2 in a row for her. She's got 6. 33 seconds to go in the quarter. 8-point lead for Frank Phillips. Into the front court is Fields on the dribble, guarded tightly by Moses. Moses is right on her, between the legs on the dribble. No count has started yet. I'm surprised. She was right there on top of her. Within the 6-foot range, the count should have started. Here's the quick pass, right side, open for 3. Scholes missed it. Rebound pulled out of there by Moses. Can Lamar get a bucket before the end of the quarter? 9 seconds. Long lead pass to Diaz. Diaz into the corner for Bud. Back to Caruth. Caruth in double team. Finds a wide open Robbins. Lays it up and in. Great job by Caruth. Double teamed on the far side of the wing. She finds a wide open Robbins who lays it in as the buzzer sounds. Good teamwork there by LCC and a good little run for the Lady Lopes. 20-14 at the end of the first quarter. It's Lamar trailing Frank Phillips. The Thanksgiving Classic continues from the LCC Wellness Center on GoLopes.com and the YouTube channel in a moment. In that first quarter. 20-14, and a travel is called on Scholes. Well, the nation's top scorer, 25 a game, has been held to 4 thus far. Anna Mbusu is the leading scorer in the ball game. She has 11. Lamar's leading scorer is Caruth. Sam has 2 3-pointers. It's 2 in a row. She's got 6. 20-14, 9.5 to go in the second quarter. Here's Brozovic, blows by and lays it up this time and hits it with a right hand on the left side. Brozovic is in the scoring column for the first time tonight. It's 20-16. She was 1 of 14 last night. She'll try to improve on that tonight, though but 2 quick early fouls kept her on the bench for most of the first quarter. 20-16. Lamar's cut it to 4 and a steal. Brozovic then double dribbles with the basketball. 7 turnover on Lamar, 3 now on Frank Phillips. Eric Rodwald not happy with that last offensive possession as Anna Mbusu comes back into the ball game for Frank Phillips. Gray uniforms, blue numerals, gold trim. And on the inbounds, the catch. Whip it back inside. The shot off the basket. The window is no good for Schote, and a foul on Anna Mbusu. She will pick up her second. She'll probably go to the bench. Eric Rodwell, that is, wants to know what the foul was, and he's got to get her out of the game. And he will do that. Not before the buzzer sounds, though, or not before the inbounds pass, and she'll stay out there again. So she's got 2, and Brozovic has 2, the 2 foreign players, 2 of the top players in this area. Here's Brozovic, goes to the basket, tried to flick it up there from the right baseline, got it blocked, and back the other way comes Kira Scholes. Scholes quickly into the corner, up top for Choate. Choate gets around, elbow jumper is no good, but a foul. Kira Budd on the arm as she shot it, and it'll send Choate to the free throw line. She did not score in the first quarter, averages 12, had 30 last night in the win against Otero, and she goes to the line for the first time tonight. 5'7" sophomore from Panhandle, Texas. Pounds it into the floor. 8.5 to go in the quarter, and she missed the free throw. Came in as a 100% free throw shooter on the game, or on the season. Anna Mbusu comes out. Back into the game comes Misha Fields. One more on the way, and it's no good. Rebound tipped around, volleyed ball around. Robbins gets the block of Scholes from behind. Good job by Armani to get that block. Lamar with a chance to cut it to one. Here's Moses for the try, and hits the three. Third three of the first half for Lamar, and Moses cut the lead to 20-19. Lamar trailed by 11. They're now back within 1. 8:14 to go in the quarter. Before halftime, Fields up top with it. Moses all over her. Hawking her as they work to the right side. Holding it high there is Amanda Dixon out of Texas. She just checked in. Long three in the corner, no good. Rebound Scholes on the baseline right. Puts it up, fades, no good. Milosevic standing flat-footed, just puts her hands above her head and pulls the rebound down. Long lead. Hawkins in transition, lays it up. Oh, it curls all over the rim and wouldn't fall. It hugged the rim all over from the left side to the right side, but would not go down. And the ball will remain with Lamar as Hawkins had a chance to give Lamar the lead. 7:45 to go here in the second quarter. Robbins checks out. Diaz back in for Lamar. Here's the inbounds. Milosevic to catch. Right side, missed the layup. Shot too much English on it. Went off the top of the board and off the left side of the rim. Still 20-19. Frank Phillips the lead. 7:35 to go in the second quarter. Here's Scholes. Stutter step move. Running shot off the right left baseline with a right hand missed. And a foul on the rebound on Choate. It'll be the second foul on Frank Phillips here in the quarter. Lamar has one thus far here in the second. And Lamar with a chance to take the first lead of the game. Their first lead of the game. There were two ties at 2 and 4. Lamar trailed by as many as 11. And have not led in the game. And there's the lead as Moses drains a three. Kellen Moses, a triple with a ripple from deep on the right side. She's got 6 of Lamar's biggest lead at 2 at 22-20. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Coming back from a 20-9 deficit, Lamar has flipped it around, a 13-point changeover. Fields up top left, Moses right on her. Kellen from Florida now with 2 threes after Carruth hit 2 threes in the first quarter and a hand check foul. Moses doesn't like the call. A ticky-tack call at that. And it's his second foul on LCC in the quarter. Moses picks up her first, team second. And Frank Phillips will inbound it. Choate will do the inbounding to Fields. Moses will pick her up out top between the circles left side. Here's Scholes against Milosevic into the corner. And Milosevic comes down and lands right on top of Choate in the corner. And Milosevic will have her third foul and she'll have to go to the bench. Milosevic to the bench. Anna Mbusu with 2 fouls will come in now that Milosevic is gone. Smart strategy by the coach for Frank Phillips, knowing that Milosevic was going to try to foul Anna Mbusu, who has 2 fouls herself. Carruth back into the game for Lamar, a smaller lineup. 22-20, LCC the lead after they trailed by 11. Down the right side, the kick into the corner. Scholes pulls up, 16-footer contested with Hawkins in her face. Missed it. Anna Mbusu, the rebound on the weak side, goes up with a right-hand jump hook. Hits the iron and it goes down. Anna Mbusu has 13. Game is tied for a third time tonight at 22. First time in this quarter. 6:12 to go in the second. Kira Budd up top with the basketball. Tightly defended there. Right side for Diaz. Diaz to Carruth on the deflection. Sets, fires a three. Oh, all over the iron, no good. High for the rebound is Kira Scholes, and back the other way comes Frank Phillips. Into the front court comes Fields. Right side, Anna Mbusu. Right corner, deep three on the way is no. It spins out. Anna Mbusu got the rebound, but it carried him right into the hands of Diaz. Hannah tries to get rid of it. Down court to Budd. It's a 3-on-2. Kira around her defender to the goal. Lays it up. No. Rebound tipped and volleyballed around, and Anna Mbusu, who got the deflection on the Budd attempt, gets the deflection on the rebound. Here's Scholes, 2-on-1, puts it off the glass, no, and a foul on the rebound. Moses will get the foul on the rebound for Lamar. That'll be her second. She was all by herself underneath, but she pushed Kara Scholes out of the way to get the rebound, and Moses picks up the foul. That's the fourth on Lamar here in the quarter. Scholes at the free throw line. First one is on the way. It's all over the iron. Front, back, out the rim, and in. She's 3 of 3 at the line. 5 points in the game. Substitution for them coming in. Hannah Leavitt will check into the ball game. Hannah is 5'7", and the sophomore from Nazareth, Texas. She'll replace Anna Mbusu, who will get a breather with 13 points. 23-22, Frank Phillips. 24-22 as she hits both. Does Scholes, who's a 58% free throw shooter coming in. 24-22, LCC trails Frank Phillips by 2 after they had trailed by 11. Here's Diaz, runner right side, good, and the foul. She caught it at the left elbow, ran to the right side with the dribble, threw it up off the right baseline going out of bounds, hung on the rim and went down. Leave it with the foul, the bucket and the Band-Aid, and Diaz the chance for the three-point play. On the way with the game tied, and Lamar retakes the lead. 2 lead changes, both have been for Lamar. 25-24, they lead by 1. It's been their biggest lead of the night on 2 occasions. Good job by Diaz to get the three-point play the old-fashioned way. 5 minutes to go before halftime. Swinging around the perimeter. Up top is Fields. Guarded by Hawkins, who's all over her. Defense to chant from the crowd. Let's go. A 3 in the corner is no good. It was put up in that corner by Dixon, and back the other way comes Lamar. Long lead to Bud. Bud at the left wing to the cutter. Hawkins down low. The 2 sophomores put it in. Bud to her teammate Hawkins, who they played for last year on this same squad and were starters. Hawkins gets her first field goal of the night. Lamar's biggest lead at 27-24. Around the perimeter, Scholes, the top scorer in the country, has been held in check for the most part. Right now with only 6, averages 25. Open 3 for Choate in the corner is good. Kinsley Choate, first 3 of the night for her. Their second 3 of the night. And the game is knotted at 27, our 4th tie. Stolen. Diaz has it pocket picked. Back the other way they come. Lay it up and in. Hannah Leavitt with the steal after she had the 3-point play foul at the other end that gave Lamar the lead. Now she turns it into the lead for Frank Phillips. 3rd lead change of the ball game. Frank Phillips leads 29-27. Here's Hannah Diaz, who deep missed the 3-pointer. She wanted a 3, stepped back and then stepped up and then threw an air ball. Anna Mbusu will come into the ball game. 29-27 is the lead for Frank Phillips. They lead by 2 as we play back and forth right now. 3 lead changes, 4 ties, 2 here in the quarter. Frank Phillips will bring it into the front court on the right-hand dribble. Fields brings it out right side for Anna Mbusu at the hash mark. Hawkins lays off her. Pass around the perimeter. Deep 3 on the left side is short. Rebound Hannah Diaz for Lamar. She'll hand off to Moses. Moses with her head up, looks left side of the court. Speed dribbles into the front court. Crossover move at the elbow, down the lane, floater up and good. Kellen Moses knows one speed, and it's turn it on fast. And it's 29-29, 5th tie of the first half. Anna Mbusu pulls up from 12, right side, too hard off the back iron. Moses a flat-footed rebound. Lamar the other way, the long lead pass to Bud. Bud one-on-one, crossover move down low, ball loose on the floor, tie up and a jump ball. Anna Mbusu getting back on defense causes the jump ball after Bud tried to cross over with a defender on her. Armani Robbins will check in for Hannah Diaz here at the 3-minute mark in a tie game at 29. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ties here early on. As he said, Frank Phillips has not lost to Lamar in 5 games. They lead the series 5-0. Into the front court comes Talitha Arrington, 5'7" freshman out of Frisco. Her sister Taja Arrington, twin sister, wears the number 11. The ball is batted away, knocked out of bounds, and it will go off of Frank Phillips. So Lamar will get the ball on the turnover. Frank Phillips now turned it over 5 times, 3 in the quarter. Lamar has turned it over 7 times. 29-29, 2:38 to go. First half. In the second quarter of play, before halftime. Moses works left side for Bud. Her defender is all over her. Darnell Sable, loose ball on the floor. Anna Mbusu and Robbins. And we have a what? Jump ball called. Arrow points Lamar's way. So Lamar will get it on the arrow change after the jump ball possession way out top of the key. Caruth will inbound it far side, the left hash mark. She'll get it to Moses. 2:24 and counting here in the second quarter. 29-29. We've got an entertaining one here. The nation's top scorer in junior college women's basketball against the LCC team. And here's Robbins, gets it deflected and blocked by Anna Mbusu. Could not get it off before the shot clock, and it's a violation on Lamar, their 8th turnover. Third here in the quarter. Shot clock violation gives it right back to Frank Phillips. They start their league season next week, actually this week, the 29th against Odessa, 10th in the country, and then next weekend against South Plains College. They'll play Odessa at home in Borger and then go to Level in Texas for the other. 2 ranked teams. There's 4 in their conference, or their region in their conference, and they have to play them right off the bat. Welcome to league season. 29-29, long pass. Moses trying to hit Caruth, who was open for a split second. Anna Mbusu, the West African inside player, was able to knock it out of bounds. It remains Lamar ball. 1:48 on the big clock before halftime. Pass is deflected by Anna Mbusu. Hits her hands, and she is down in a heat right at midcourt. Actually, it's Kira Scholes who's down. She tried to block that pass, and like a football player, when you hit your fingers on that catch, and if you don't make the catch with your hands but your fingers, it bends those hands back, and that was the play right there. She tried to knock the ball away on the inbounds underneath the Lamar side, put her hands up to did it, and it bent her fingers back, and she is hurting right now. So the nation's top scorer is out right now with bent fingers and in serious pain off the Frank Phillips bench. Here's a skip pass right side into the corner for Arrington. Arrington penetrates, gets it off to Anna Mbusu. Missed everything from the left elbow, and the rebound on the floor pulled off by Hawkins. Lamar with a chance to retake the lead again. There have been 3 lead changes, 5 ties here in the first half. Anna Mbusu gets in there and knocks the ball away from the intended target on the far side, Caruth, and Lamar will maintain possession in front of the Frank Phillips bench. The substitution into the game, Amanda Dixon, the 5'11 freshman out of Gonzales, Texas, will check in. Where's the number 22? Lamar will check in Hannah Diaz at the next break. 29-29, Moses up top of the basketball, goes behind the back on the dribble. Now left side between the circles, crossover on the dribble, gets a high screen from Hawkins, give and go. Hawkins could not get it, but a hold is called on Fields. Would not let Hawkins go on that high pick and roll down the left side. Good job defensively, and good job, I should say, offensively, and by the official to watch that play. Usually you take your eyes off of that. Great job by the official to keep contact of that play as Fields held Hawkins. Leave it back into the ball game. Hannah from Nazareth, Texas for Frank Phillips. Lamar will inbound it. 4 fouls on each. 1 more in their shooting. Here's Budd on the inbounds. Catch. Lay it up on the right side off the glass and in. Kara Budd with 3 layups of her 6 points. That one gives Lamar the lead again. 31-29. Lamar's biggest lead has been 3. 27-24. Bad pass, loose on the floor, knocked out of bounds. Moses touched it last. Kellen might be small, but boy, the Florida kid from Punta Gorda, Florida, is fiery. Oh, she got a little edge on her. 31-29. Frank Phillips the ball, 50 seconds to go in the quarter. Frank Phillips won last night against Otero, 87-51. Howard beat Otero this afternoon, 46-32, as the ball is thrown out of bounds, and it will be Lamar ball. So Frank Phillips turns it over for the 6th time. They had only 2 in the first quarter unofficially. They now have 6 in the game. Lamar has turned it over 8 times. Lamar with a chance to take their biggest lead of the quarter and of the game. Moses up top, gives it off to Caruth on the left side between the circles. Pass in the right corner. Diaz sets, fires a 3. It's good. Nope, they say she was on the line. It's 2. Diaz now with 5, all in the quarter, and Lamar's biggest lead of the night at 4, 33-29. 19 seconds to go. Can they get a defensive stop here? Arrington with it, guarded closely by Moses. Ball tipped out, knocked out way out top. Loose ball thrown in the middle, picked up by Budd. Budd speeds back the other way with a speed dribble. Right hand down the right side of the lane, puts it up short. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Nope, they save it, but the clock will run out, and that will be the end of the first half. Good second quarter for Lamar. They trailed by as many as 11 at 20-9 in the first quarter. They come back and now lead it here at halftime, 33-29. Lamar Lady Lopes up on top of Frank Phillips, 33-29. The nation's top scorer right now with some sore fingers. They were bent back on an inbounds play. She only has 6 in the first half. Lamar by 4. We take time out. It's LCC 33, Frank Phillips 29. It's the Thanksgiving Classic from the LCC Wellness Center in Lamar Community College in Lamar, Colorado on golopes.com and your YouTube channel. Back in about 10. Along with Kristen Lubers in our family reunion stories, I'm Corey Ellen Ford. We're back at the LCC Wellness Center, home of the Thanksgiving Classic. Halftime of the last game of this Classic. First of all, earlier today was Howard College getting their second win after they beat Lamar last night 66-54. They beat Otero 46-32 today, so Otero's 0-2 in the tournament, dropping to 4-4 before they come to Lamar next Saturday night for the big one. The women and men will take on LCC in the big rivalry matchup. We got two officers even that are coming in for extra security. That's what type of game it is between LCC and Otero next Saturday night here at the Wellness Center. Everybody's going to be on their good behavior, we hope, next week. Right now on their good behavior is the Lamar basketball team. They lead 33-29, 4-point lead, shooting 43% from the floor in the first half, 13 of 30, 4 of 8 from three-point range. Meanwhile, Frank Phillips is the nation's number one scorer, averaging 25 a game. She's 1 of 12 from the floor right now in the first half with 4 points. Went off the court injured late in the second quarter when her fingers were knocked back by the ball on an inbounds pass that she was trying to prevent an LCC player from getting to. She only has 4 points, does Kiara Scholes, who averages 25 a game. Marlene Anna Mbusu out of Benin in West Africa has 15 points and 5 rebounds and 2 block shots to lead the way for Frank Phillips. On the other side for Lamar, it's Kellen Moses, who has 9 and a couple of big three-pointers. 6 in the game for Kiara Budd, all on easy layups for her. She also has 3 assists. Caruth has 6 on a couple of three-pointers in the first quarter. She also has 3 assists as well in the first half of play, and Caruth also with 5 rebounds. So Sam, the freshman out of Vegas, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. That's not bad numbers at all for a freshman in her first half of play here against Frank Phillips. Lamar trailed at the end of the first 20-14 and trailed by as many as 11 in the first quarter at 20-9, but turned it around to go up by 4, and that's where they lead right now here at the half, outscoring them 19-9 in the second quarter and leading 33-29 here at the break. Milosevic, who came into the game struggling after a 1 for 14 last night, had 3 fouls and had to sit most of the first half. She has 2 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, and 1 of 3 from the floor for 2 points. As we said, Bud has 6, 9 for Kellen Moses, who leads the way for Lamar. She had 8 of those points in the second quarter. 5 in the game for Diaz, 2 in the game for Hawkins, 3 in the game for Armani Robbins, 6 in the game for Caruth. All came in the first quarter of play. Lamar's hit 4 threes, 3 of 6 at the free throw line, and 8 turnovers unofficially in the first half for Lamar. Actually, it says 9 on the official book, so we'll go by that. 9 turnovers for Lamar in the first half of play. They had 7 turnovers in the first half of play. I was off by 1 on each of those. Not bad for somebody who has no computer screen, is doing this all by memory, and is all by the pen and his magical pen in his hand. Anna Mbusu has 15. Kiara Scholes has 4 in the first half. 3 in the first half for Kinsley Choate. She had 30 last night, has only got 3 thus far. Darnell Sable has 2. And Perrine Menore from Bordeaux, France has 3. 2 in the first half for Hannah Leavitt. And that's the only scoring that Frank Phillips has. 2 3-pointers, 7 and 9 free throws, and 7 turnovers. Their biggest lead was 11. Lamar has turned that around from a 11-point deficit to a 4-point lead here at the break, 33-29. That's where we stand as Lamar tries to even up their record at 5-5 before they play the Colorado State Club team Monday night here at 5 o'clock. Then on the road at Alamosa on Wednesday night in Alamosa against the Adams State JV, before back here Saturday to open Region 9 play against Otero. Other teams from the region last night did play. It was McCook beating that CSU Club team 98-37. It was Western Nebraska winning again. They're off to a great start this year, 67-66 over Utah State Eastern. They will play Salt Lake, a top 10 team in the nation, tonight in Salt Lake City in that tournament. Laramie County lost by 20 against Northwest Kansas Tech, the old school for Coach Landon Steele. That was at the McCook tournament last night. Western Nebraska is now 7-1. Laramie County drops to 5-4 in the standings. Otero now drops to 4-5 on the year with the loss earlier today. They lost 46-32 to Howard in the first game of this tournament this afternoon. It's been the Thanksgiving Classic. The team right now that Lamar is playing is Frank Phillips out of Borger, Texas. 3 hours and 17 minutes away, 209 miles, 60 miles to the south or to the northeast, that is, of Amarillo, Texas, in the home of a huge huge Phillips 66 refinery, one of the big staples in Borger, Texas, is that refinery as well as Frank Phillips College. So there you're caught up on what's going on and even the geography and the industrial strengths of Borger, Texas as we head to the third quarter here at the LCC Wellness Center. They have the gray uniforms with the blue numerals and the white trim. They have yellow as well usually, but none on these uniforms. Lamar has the blue uniforms with the white numerals. They usually have gold trim as well, and neither team has part of their colors in their new unis. I think Frank does in their Frank FPC across the top as Minore will inbound it and get the inbounds from Choate. They'll work the other side and back into the game is Scholes. Her hand is heavily taped on her right hand, her shooting hand. Anna Mbuse moves her way in, backs it up off the iron and down. So Marlene continues where she finished off. She's got 17. It's a 2-point lead for LCC as we start the third quarter. Karuth is out there along with Bud. Milosevic is out there, Hawkins, and Moses. The starting five for Lamar, the starting five for them. Anna Mbusu, Scholes, Choate, Sable, and Minore. Here comes Bud. Pull-up jumper from 14, left baseline, no. Milosevic got the rebound, couldn't get the rebound to go as it went too hard off the glass, and another miss for her. She is 2 of her last 18 from the floor. Ouch. 33-31. Frank Phillips with a chance to tie. Here's Anambusu in the lane. Is trapped, gets out of the straitjacket, gets you back up top to Minore. Perrine Minore out of Bordeaux, France, wears the red tennies. Heavily guarded by Moses. Kellen is all over her. Lob pass out top to Scholes. The nation's best scorer against Robbins. Pull-up pop hits before the end of the 30-second shot clock from 14 left side. Scholes was 1 of 12 in the first half. She's now got 6 in the game. And it's 33-33. It's our 6th tie of the game, our first of the second half. Here in the third quarter. Karuth up top, just got the pass. Almost got it stolen. Moses down on the right baseline, Hawkins. Hawkins double team, left baseline, Milosevic. Back to Bud. Bud penetrates down the lane, finds it open, Hawkins. Hawkins out right side to Moses. Penetrates, right hand floater off the front of the iron. All over the iron, no good. Rebound, Anna Mbusu. Her 7th of the game. She's had 2 here in the quarter. Game tied at 33. Frank Phillips the other way with a basketball, able to retake the lead if they get a bucket. We've had 4 lead changes and 6 ties, including 1 here in the quarter. Scholes up top right, now penetrates with a right-hand dribble, takes the Euro step, banks it off the window and in. Kara Scholes showing why she's the nation's top scorer. She's got 4 of their first 6 and will go to the free throw line for the chance for the 3-point play. Even with a heavily bandaged left hand and left thumb after that injury off the inbounds pass in the last quarter, she has a 3-point play to start things off here in the third. Has 5 of their 7 points. Hawkins comes out as she picks up her 3rd foul. Armani Robbins into the game for them. For Lamar, that is. And it's a 3-point lead now for Frank Phillips. After Lamar led 33-29, they have scored the first 7 of the quarter. Here's Karuth, the deep 3. Rims in and out, no good. Robbins, a rebound, throws it up. Knew that Anna Mbusu was right behind her and threw it up a little too quick and barely drew iron. Back the other way they come, leading it by 3. Here's the pull-up pop in the lane, and guess what? Kira Scholes has caught fire. Ouch. 7 of their 9 in the quarter belong to her, the nation's top scorer. She now has 11, and Lamar needs a timeout. 38-33, Lamar has yet to score in the quarter. They have scored the first 9 and lead by 5. 38-33, Frank Phillips, 7:25 to go in the third from the Thanksgiving Classic in Lamar and the LCC Wellness Center on YouTube.com and GoLopes.com, that is, in the YouTube channel. Back to the Wellness Center where after the timeout, Lamar will have it. Frank Phillips side of the court. 75 feet to go from the hash mark, the inbounds for Milosevic. Hands off to Moses. Moses to Karuth, left side of the court for Bud. 38-33, Frank Phillips. Backdoor cut, Milosevic. Pass rejected by Scholes. Scholes says, I'm not injured, and now playing defense as well. Great rejection of the pass that Milosevic tried to whip back under from under the basket up top. Turnover on Lamar, their 10th of the ball game. They had 9 at halftime. Long three on the left side is no good. Taken by Darnell Sable. And Lamar gets the rebound, and up the court they come. Milosevic right side in front of her bench. Stops at the wing. Free throw line extended right. Now to Moses. Moses picked up by Menorah there. On the dribble. Gives it off to Milosevic. Anna Bonasu's on the coverage there defensively. Eva blew by her, but a foul up top before she got to the basket. She made it, but it was foul on the floor before the shot got off. Anna Mbusu will pick up the foul. That'll be her third. So 3 for the big girls for both teams, Milosevic and Anna Mbusu. And the inbounds to Eva, and finds the 18-footer and shoots and scores. Maybe she ought to go outside and shoot instead of the inside for the big kid from Croatia, Zagreb. 38-35, 3-point lead for Frank Phillips with the basketball. 6:21 to go in the third. Up top is Scholes. Scholes works right side now for Menorah. She's picked up there by Caruth. Lob down low on the right wing for Anna Mbusu. She's double teamed, gets it right back to Menorah. 6:09 to go in the quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Scholes backdoor cut to Choate. The catch and the layup. Great pass on the left baseline from Scholes to Kinsley Choate, who now has 5 in the game. 40-35, coming off a 30-point night against Otero last night when they scored 87. 5-point lead for Frank Phillips, Lamar basketball. Milosevic has it up top left, gets a screen, works to the right side of the wing, now to Caruth, 3 on the right wing, air ball. Rebound pulled off on the other side by Sable, and here comes Frank Phillips slowly across the timeline. Now to Scholes. Scholes stops her dribbles, quickly covered by Milosevic. Will catch the pass to the right elbow, turn and shoot, miss it. Milosevic gets the rebound. Eva turns the other way, wants to push. Being chased by Scholes, ball knocked away from her into the hands of Anna Banu. Easy for me to say. I've said it enough times tonight. Anna Mbusu. And back the other way will come Frank Phillips. 5:10 to go in the third. 40-35. Lamar led 33-29 at the half. And they have scored 11 of the first 13 here in the quarter. Anna Mbusu misses the shot short. Milosevic a rebound. Long lead to Bud. Bud one-on-one against Menorah. Reveres off. Looks for the cutter. It's Robbins down the middle of the lane. And the ball is knocked off of Robbins out of bounds. Back-to-back turnovers by Lamar. Here comes Hannah Diaz into the game, as well as Shelby Hawkins, a starter. 4:51 to go in the third. 40-35 in favor of Frank Phillips. They've outscored Lamar 11-2 here in the quarter. Menorah up top, defended tightly by Moses, who's all over her. No count is started. Ball is knocked out of bounds by Milosevic in front of the Frank Phillips bench. Pass intended for Kira Scholes coming up from the high post left side. 15 in the shot clock, 4:35 in the third quarter clock. Here's the inbounds. Kinsley Choate got it right back from Menorah. Perrin comes back to the right side, gets a high screen from Scholes. Straight on 3 over Milosevic. Knocked a piece of it, got it knocked off to the right side. Anna Mbusu gets the rebound, gives it off to the trailer. Scholes in traffic, missed once but not twice. Scholes missed from 6 feet, got the rebound right off the back rim and put it back in. She's got 13, 12 off her average, nation's best 25 a game. 42-35. Here's the give and go, left side Hawkins. Step back, 16-footer on the way short. Rebound, volleyballed around, knocked all the way up to the free throw line, pulled out of it by Menorah. Perrin at the other end, the kid from France dribbling it. Across the front of the lane, and way out top on the circle, and a timeout called by Frank Phillips. 3:49 to go in the third. Lamar has scored only 2 points in the third quarter and have been outscored 14-2 here in the third. It's Frank Phillips 42, LCC 35. It's LCC Women's Basketball from the Thanksgiving Classic on YouTube channel and golopes.com. We're back in a moment. We're back. 42-35, 3:49 to go here in the third. Frank Phillips has the lead over LCC, who led at halftime 33-29. But the nation's top scorer, Kiara Scholes, has been on fire here. She's had 4 buckets and a free throw. She now has 13 in the game, average is 25. The inbounds for Frank Phillips after the timeout, leading it by 7. They've outscored Lamar 14-2 in the quarter. Lamar shot 43% in the first half and is really struggling here in the third quarter, and 3 turnovers don't help either. 5 on the shot clock. Scholes up top on the left-hand dribble. Pull-up pop from 12. Missed it short. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Milosevic got a piece of it, and she tipped it out of bounds. And they'll get the ball back with a reset of the shot clock. Shot clock will reset. 3:27 to go in the third. 42-35. It'll be Frank Phillips' ball left side of their basket. Here's the inbounds to Scholes. Now into the corner for Schote. Way out top to Minora. Minora has it up top against Moses. Into the circle for Scholes. Scholes hesitation, left elbow jumper, all over the iron, no good. Rebound inside position for Anna Mbusu, puts it up off the window and in. Got the inside position on Milosevic and puts it home. She's got 17 to lead all scorers in the game, and it's 44-35, Frank Phillips by 9. Lamar trailed by 11 in the first half as Hawkins the catch. Great pass from Milosevic down low on the block. Hawkins puts it up with the right hand on the left side, and she's got 4. 44-37. 2:49 to go in the third. Lamar trailed 20-9 in the first quarter. Came back and took a lead of 4 points at halftime. So it's not beyond them to come back in this ball game as Anna Mbusu hits the cutter on the right baseline, and missing the shot short was Sable. Shot it too far from 8 feet over the top. Milosevic 2-on-1. Gives it off to Bud. Right back to Eva. Eva off the glass. No, he missed it with the right hand. Pushed away to get the rebound and gets her 4th foul. Can't hit anything on the inside, can Eva. Just missing it too hard. Was wide open underneath and just threw it up too hard with the right hand. She's got those big, lanky, long stretched arms and just cannot get it to go down on the inside. She's got to be talking to herself as she comes off. 2 of her last 20 from the floor. Ouch, that's over 2 games for a Croatian national team player on the under-20 Croatian national team. 44-37. Down low, pass is kicked out right into the corner. Here's Schote, open for 3, missed it. Rebound pulled off in the middle of the paint by Moses. Moses gets out of there with a circus dribble and down the right side on the speed dribble. Into the front court, chasing her and taking the ball away from her is Sable. Moses kept it right out in front of her, and Sable just reached out and said, "I'm taking candy from the baby." 1:52 to go in the third. Into the corner, Sable now to Minore. Minore fires a 3 and hits. Perrin Minore with her second 3 of the night. She's got 6. Just their third 3 of the game. They hit 16 threes last night against Otero, 12 against Trinidad, and only have 3 tonight, but they lead it by 10. Here's Moses off the dribble, missed the shot. Wicks had rebound by Sable. You hit 16 threes, score 87 last night. You scored 3 threes tonight, and you have 47, and you're leading by 10. Go figure. 1:19 to go in the third quarter. Lamar trails by 10 after leading by 4 at halftime. Perrin Minore from France has the ball. Now to Scholes, back to Minore. Minore on the dribble with the left hand, gets it into the corner for Dixon. Now to Scholes, to Schote, missed the shot. Scholes the rebound in the paint, 8-footer, missed everything. Rebound loose in the paint, pulled off the window right into the hands of Amanda Dixon. And the 5'11 freshman from Gonzales, Texas will go to the free throw line. Just waiting for the rebound and got it right into her hands. Nobody boxed her out. It hit the glass right into her hands and gets the foul. And the foul's called on 13, Kellen Moses. That's her 3rd. Free throws up and good for Dixon. And their lead stretches to 11. Their largest of the lead of the night was 11 in the first half, now 11 here. The twins come in, and they're identical. Talitha and Tajay, 5'8 freshmen from Frisco, Texas. One wears 11, one wears 10. It's the only way you can tell them apart. 58.1 to go here in the quarter. The free throw is no good, but crashing in for the rebound is Scholes. Hawkins had it, and it goes off of Scholes out of bounds. A break there for Lamar as Dixon missed the second free throw. The lead remains 11 at 48-37. Lamar has scored just 4 points in the quarter and have been outscored 18-4. Trail at 48-37. Turnaround 3 from the top by Dixon and Diaz, that is no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Scholes. It's a 2-on-4, and she'll set it, wait for the return as Bud knocks it out of bounds. Kiera knocks the pass away, intending for Arrington, Airington. Talitha and Tajay were into the game, and they quickly come out. Well, they came in for a brief spat, cameo appearance, I guess you would say. In the movies, you would say that. And the inbounds for Kinsley Choate. Choate back into the game along with Sable, the starters for Frank Phillips. Arrington will check back in here at the break. 31 seconds to go in the third, 48-37. Frank Phillips leads by 11. Matches their biggest lead of the ball game. We've had 6 ties, 1 here in the quarter. 4 lead changes. Bad pass and a steal. First turnover of the quarter for them. Here's Diaz with a 3-on-2 to Bud. Bud was open for 3 and shuffled her feet. 1, 2, 5 turnovers in the quarter for Lamar. They're up to 14. They had 9 at halftime. They've had 5 in the quarter, and it's not helped anything. Their shooting has been atrocious here in the quarter, and they've turned it over 5 times. 14 seconds to go in the third, 48-37. Trying not to drop both games in this Thanksgiving Classic. Trailing by 11. They trailed by 19 in the third quarter last night against Howard, cut it to 9 and lost by 12. Here's the jumper by Perrin on the right side. Minori is no good short, and that'll end the quarter of play. Lamar scores only 4 points in the quarter and has 37 at the end of 3. They have 48, scoring 18 points in the quarter after they trailed by 4. We'll head to the fourth. It's an 11-point lead for Frank Phillips, their largest of the night. 48-37. Frank Phillips and the Plainswomen lead from Borger, Texas over Lamar in the Thanksgiving Classic on the YouTube channel and golopes.com. Kristen Lubers and I'm Corey Allen Ford. Miss Lubers, our engineer and producer of our fine broadcast for you here on golopes.com and the YouTube channel. If you can't watch the game tonight, you can always revisit it. It's archived. Notice there was a number of watches last night after the unfortunate loss to Howard. 66-54. Lamar's down by 11 as we start the fourth, going from right to left on your computer monitor or whatever electronic device you have. In the blue uniforms, in the dark gray uniforms, is Frank Phillips. Here's Moses down the left baseline and a foul called on Sable, who was not able to get over there in good defensive guarding position. She'll pick up her first for them in the fourth quarter. And Lamar down 11 with the ball. 9:45 to go in the quarter. And the catch is made and intercepted by Anna Mbusu. So Lamar turns it over for the 15th time in the contest, 6th in the second half, and there's a travel on them. Anna Mbusu took it from the right baseline going to the wing and took extra steps. So each team has turned it over to start the quarter. Lamar down 11, needs to get in the single digits. They have been shut down only 4 points in the third quarter, and they were outscored 18-4. They've only hit no three-pointers. In fact, no free throws. They had 2 buckets, and that's it. Right now, Frank Phillips' defense is putting on a show. Bud at the right gets it off to Robbins. Straight on 3 for the inside player is no good. I don't think they want her shooting that 3. Rebound pulled out of there by Perrin Minori from Bordeaux, France, and she'll bring it into the front court. 9 minutes to go in regulation, 48-37, and a timeout called by Frank Phillips. Nope. The official thought he heard timeout. Frank Phillips will get the ball back. 18 on the shot clock, 8:57 on the big clock. 11-point lead, Frank Phillips matches their largest of the night. It was 20-9 in the first quarter. Right now it's 48-37 here to start the fourth. Scholes, skip pass, right corner, quickly. And a three-pointer is good. Nope, they say a two-pointer for Minore. On the line, 50-37, their largest lead of the night. 13 points. Lamar's offense has gone into stall motion. Here's Moses underneath the player and scoops it in with a right hand on the left side. Kellen led all scorers at halftime for Lamar with 9. She has 11 to lead everybody for Lamar. Her first bucket of the second half. Anna Mbusu is double teamed, gets around the defender, and Robbins smacks her on the face and the shoulder as she tried to wheel around her and go in for the layup on the right baseline. Anna Mbusu will go to the free throw line. She has 17 in the game, the 6'1 sophomore from Cotonou, Benin, out of West Africa. Free throw on the way is up and it is good. Shoots way over from the center of the free throw line all the way over to the left, almost off of the free throw line. Has not missed tonight from the line. 18 in the ball game for her. She's 4 of 4 from the free throw line, is the kid from West Africa. One more on the way. Bends and fires it up there, and it's perfect. Cool as the other side is the pillow, as they used to say. 52-39. Quickly into the front court. 14-point lead for them. It matches it's their biggest of the night as they keep working on that big lead. Lamar turns it over at the other end as the ball is stripped from Moses. And the other end, here comes Frank Phillips. 8-minute mark of the fourth quarter. 52-39. Frank Phillips trying to win their 6th in a row. Scholes, 12-footer off the front of the iron and over and down. She's got 15, 11 in the second half. She was 1 for 12 in the first half and is on fire here in the second half. 54-39. The lead is up to 15. Around the defender is Bud. Missed the left-handed layup. Missed it badly, and the rebound pulled off as it hit the left side of the glass into the hands of Minore. Nothing going right for Lamar in the second half after they led by 4 at halftime. Landon Steele just in disbelief right now. Right side, Minore was open for the 3. Bud quickly got there. She could have taken the shot, but decided to waste some more time. 11 on the shot clock. High post pass, Scholes. Right side, Minore. Minore around the defender. Pull up, 12-footer good. The kid from France turning it on here in the second half. She's got 7. 4 here in this quarter. And a total of 10 in the game. 56-39. Largest lead now up to 17 points. 6:50 to go in regulation. Moses stops her dribble. High post pass for Milosevic. Scoops the layup. Missed everything. Just not her night again. 2 for her last 21 from the floor. I'll let Kristen do the math on that one. That percentage is very, very low. 56-39. 6.5 to go in the fourth. Lamar has completely fallen apart after halftime. Bud tries to take the ball away from Perrin Minore. Can't do it. Minore chases it down in the backcourt. 4 on the shot clock. Gets across the midcourt line. Flicks it underneath. The catch, the shot, no good by Sable. And I guess it was going to count. Hawkins thought it was a violation and took it back out of bounds. She thought it was a violation, and Hawkins walked out of bounds with a basketball. 17th turnover on Lamar, 3rd of the quarter. Armani Robbins will check into the game, as will Sam Caruth. Landon Steele with his leg on top of the other leg in a very comfortable position. Not a happy camper right now. 6:07 to go in the fourth. Here's Schote, the inbounds to Scholes. The catch, puts it up, losing the ball in her hand, missed it, got her own rebound, and lays it in. Wow. 17 for the nation's top scorer, only had 10 last night. She averages 25, is up to 17. 13 here in the second half. 58-39. Lamar led by 4. They've turned around. They lead it by 18. Here's the running shot from the left side by Milosevic is good. She's got 6, does Eva. It's 58-41. Scholes into the front court. Gets around Milosevic. Milosevic blocks the shot out of bounds. Scholes goes hard to the floor and holding her left knee. Not a good sign for the head coach of Frank Phillips with no foul called. Eric Rodwald going over to talk to her, and now she's holding her right arm. Looked like her left knee and then her right arm. She's heavily taped on her left hand after an incident in the second quarter when she tried to defend a inbounds pass and her fingers bent back. And she will come out of the ball game. Arrington will come in. That'll be Talitha Arrington, the 5'7" freshman from Frisco, Texas. And it will be Frank Phillips basketball. 5:27 to go in regulation, 58-41. Lamar was down 19 last night to Howard. Made a run at the end to get it within 9, but couldn't get it any closer. Ended up losing it by 12. Do they have it in them tonight? They're going to have to hit some threes. Caruth is out there, and so is Moses, but Lamar needs some turnovers. Arrington with the basketball up top, left side between the circles. Gives it off to Menorah. Perrin gets a high screen. Give and go. Anambusu takes steps. She caught it and ran to the bucket. Instead of putting the ball down on a great give and go feed from Perrin, Menorah, she traveled with the ball. 10 turnovers now on Frank Phillips. Just 3 in the second half on them. They had 7 at halftime. Robbins up top. Ball deflected for a second. Milosevic has it. Milosevic comes back on the dribble. Sets, fires a long 3. It's badly off to the left side. Hit nothing but the glass. Turnover Lamar, their 18th. 58-41, 4:45 to go. Lamar women are back on the court Monday, 5 o'clock against the Colorado State club team out of Fort Collins. They'll be at Adams State on Wednesday and then open up Region 9 play against Otero, who opened up this tournament today, losing 46-32 to Howard, who beat Lamar last night, 66-54. And of course, Frank Phillips beat Otero last night, 87-51. 2 on the shot clock, and Menorah throws it from the right baseline to the Frank Phillips bench and out of play. Sloppy play on both sides here in the fourth quarter, and they have a 17-point lead right now with 4:21 to go. Lamar has scored just 4 field goals here in the second half. Bad pass by Moses, intending it down low for Caruth. Anambusu with the steal. 19 turnovers on Lamar now. 10 in the second half. At 9 at halftime. 4 minutes to go in regulation here in the fourth quarter. 58-41. Moses is on the floor now with trying to stretch out her left ankle as Perrin Menorah was able to dribble around her, and that'll send Moses to the bench. She doesn't want to come out. She's coming out. The end of the ball game comes Kiera Budd, and Moses will go to the end of the bench. Trying to shake it off, trying to walk it off at the end of the bench is the LCC trainer talking to her. 3:59 to go in the fourth. The men's game going on in Casper right now. We are unfortunately not able to get any updates for you because there is no live stream of it. They're playing Colorado Northwestern, a team they blasted here in the second game of the season back in early November. Here's a shot from the right side. It's partially blocked. Arrington shot it up there. Milosevic got a piece of it, and the ball knocked out of bounds on the far side. Anambusu trying to save it, couldn't do it, and the ball will go back to Lamar. Hawkins is not going to come in, or is going to come in. Well, Landon won't bring her in just yet. Lamar will bring it up the court. Bud on the dribble with the left hand. Now the right hand up top between the circles, left side. Stops her dribble, is in trouble. Gets it off to Milosevic. To an open Caruth. Caruth to the baseline. Puts up the floater from 8. No. Got her own rebound. One hand. Threw it up there with one hand. No. Tipped around. Volleyball around. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with LCC. Now LCC's down 17. We've been stagnant on this 58-41 score for like 2-3 minutes. Bud will come out. Diaz will come back in. In for them will come Amanda Dixon. Dixon will come into the ball game for Frank Phillips. Anambusu will come out. 58-41. Lamar needs some buckets. And the catch, nope. We have an offensive foul set by Shelby Hawkins. Hawkins set the moving screen, says the official on the side. And Lamar, fourth foul on Shelby, and another turnover on the 20th turnover of the game on the team control foul, as they call it, in the officiating ranks. 3:17 to go in regulation. 58-41. Frank Phillips, the lead by 17. Nursing this one right now, and that score has been that way for quite some time. Neither team has been able to score. Perrin Menorah gets the high screen from Dixon. Comes off it, fires a 3, no good. Long rebound at the free throw line for Diaz. Diaz gets to the Milosevic. Eva into the front court. Down low for Robbins. The catch, the shot, no. And she'll go to the free throw line for 2. Amanda Dixon throws up her hands in frustration at the official who made the call. Robbins caught it and just turned and threw it up. Didn't even get her shoulders square to the basket. I was working with my son today on that. Catch it, turn, shoulders square, and shoot at the glass. Free throw for Robbins is up and good. Robbins now with 4 in the ball game. First free throw of the second half for Lamar after they went 3 for 6 in the first half. Free throw is up and line drive is right through. She's got 5 in the game, and it's 58-43. First time either team has scored in the last 3 minutes. 15-point lead. Lamar needs turnovers. They're pressing full court. Into the front court. Diaz trips and falls. Wide open in the right corner as Arrington missed the shot. Diaz has the rebound, and it caroms right back to Milosevic behind her. 2:30 to go in regulation. 58-43. Milosevic blows by everybody, lays it up. No, as the ball spins out. Will not go down for her. 2 of 23 now from the floor in the last 2 games, and going back to the line will be Milosevic. She was 1 of 14 last night, struggling to say the least. 1 of 3 in the first half today. Free throw up for Eva is good. Eva's got 3 in the quarter, 7 in the game, averages 15 and 10. Arrington comes out, Dixon comes out. Anna Mbusu back into the ball game along with Kinsley Choate, who has only 5 points in the game after hitting 30 yesterday against Otero. Milosevic hits the second. She's got 8 in the game. It's 58-45, a 13-point lead. It's a 5-possession game. Lamar needs stops, and they need the ball back in a hurry, if they even have a chance. The high post catch by Scholes. Right corner. Choate open for 3 over Hawkins. Good. Hawkins running out at her, but Choate had the daylight and drains the 3 from the deep right corner. 61-45, and that might be the dagger. 2 minutes to go in regulation. Milosevic up top to Hawkins, right side for Robbins. Robbins not a ball handler, lost the ball, loose on the floor. Scholes and Robbins have it. Robbins from her knee throws it away. Right in the hands of Sable. Up court to Minora. Minora, right side pass to Scholes, intercepted by Milosevic. Back the other way comes Lamar, long lead. Milosevic to Diaz, thrown out of bounds. 21 turnovers on Lamar in the ball game. 12 in the second half. And the benches are unloaded for both teams now, and here comes everybody for Lamar. Samantha Beatty into the game. Michaela Tesse into the game. Drew Rajay into the ball game as well. And Vicky Guerrero. Guerrero from Rush, Rajay from Aurora, Tesse from White River, Arizona, Beatty from Colorado Springs. She was doing this last year up here with me, doing the producing and running the engineering some of the ball games. 61-45 is our score, and they throw it into the bench. Minora thought her teammate was going to be over there, and substitutions for them as well. Hannah Leavitt back into the ball game, along with Amanda Dixon. 61-45. Frank Phillips is going to win their 6th straight. Their 6th in a row against Lamar since 2012 with no losses. They won twice last year. 81-66 here, 54-45 there. They usually play 2 in the series. Lamar will go back to Frank Phillips in February and play them down in Borger, Texas in the middle of the Region 9 season this year. So they get a chance to see him again. Driving strong to the basket, up and in! Rajay Drew puts it home on the running layup. The 5'7" freshman averaging 2 out of Aurora gets the bucket and the Band-Aid. 61-47, Dixon commits the personal. On the way for Drew, it's up off the right side of the iron, no good. Robbins got a rebound, puts it up off the window, no. Rebound put up on the weak side by Tesse, no. Second shot, good. Michaela Tesse puts it home at 61-49. 55 seconds to go as Lamar has their second string out there, and the kids off the bench coming to play. Minora up top, guarded by Guerrero. Guerrero's screened by Golson, and that is, I should say, Dixon. And Dixon with the screen and then a push-off, and that's an obvious illegal screen. So Lamar with a chance to cut it to single digits here. 61-49 with 42.9 to go. Guerrero watching, talking to the official, having a conversation, is Michaela Tesse from Whitewater River, Arizona, 5'8 freshman, inbounds it to Guerrero, who's out of Rush, Colorado, 5'3 freshman. And we've got somebody with blood on him, I believe. It is Perrin Benora. Will check out, has blood on her left knee, will come out, and here comes Arrington. That'll be Talitha Arrington. Tajay is her sister, number 11. Talitha, number 10, the Twins. For Frank Phillips, 61-49, 36 seconds to go in regulation. Lamar's going to fall to 4-6 before CSU club team on Monday night. Beatty has it up top, works right side, now middle of the circle, hands it off. Down the middle of the lane, the runner off the window and in! Vicky Guerrero puts it home, averaging 1 point on the season. 61-51, it's a 10-point game with 16 seconds to go. They led by as many as 19. Lamar has cut it to 10, and they're going to lose it by 10. Frank Phillips will hold it, and that will be the end of this one. Well, after leading by 4, they come back and win it by 10. 61-51, Frank Phillips to win. They continue their unblemished mark against Lamar since 2012 at 6-0. Frank Phillips has now won 6 straight. They're 7-1 as they head home to begin what is a rugged year for them in the Region 5 with 4 ranked teams in the preseason, and they'll open up against Odessa in Borger, Texas later this week and have to go to Levelland to play 16th ranked South Plains next Saturday night in Texas. Nonetheless, Lamar loses it 61-51. We'll wrap it up with the final numbers after a 2-minute timeout. You're listening to GoLopes.com and the YouTube channel LCC Women's Hoop. Back to the Wellness Center in Lamar, Colorado, and Lamar loses the second game of this Thanksgiving Classic. Yesterday losing to Howard, and tonight losing by 10 to Frank Phillips, 61-51. Frank Phillips trailed at halftime 33-29, but outscored Lamar 18-4 in the third, and then put it away here in the fourth quarter. Really not outscoring Lamar. Lamar outscored him 14-12, or 14-13, that is in the quarter, but nonetheless the victory goes the way of Frank Phillips. They've won 6 in a row, 7-1 on the season for the Lady Plainswomen, and They've also never have lost to Lamar, at least since 2012 when records were kept. So they're 6-0 against the LCC Lady Lopes, and they have one more game against them coming up in February down in Borger, Texas. Lamar struggled in the second half shooting the ball. They were great at halftime at 43%. Field goal percentage, 50% from three-point land, but in the second half, Lamar only shoots 30%. They end up shooting 38% for the game, 31% from beyond the arc. Missed all 5 three-pointers in the second half and were 4 of 13 in the game from three-point land. Lamar was led in scoring by 11 from Kellen Moses, who had 9 at halftime. She only got 2 in the second half. Milosevic had 8 points and 6 rebounds to go along with not able to get her double-double. It was just 3 of 9 from the floor, and as we unfortunately chronicled, that she was 1 of 14 last night, so she was 4 of her 23 over 2 games in this tournament. For a team, or for a player that is averaging 15 and 10, she just did not have it the last 2 games of this tournament, and a lot of them were easy layups. She just was not getting the ball to go down and struggled, to say the least, from the floor. Moses, or I should say, Kiara Budd had 6 points in the game. Caruth had 6, 4 in the game for Hawkins. All of Caruth's points were in the first half. She had 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists, did Sam. Shelby Hawkins had 2 in the game for Tesse and Drew and Guerrero, all off the bench. 5 for Hannah Diaz and 5 for Armani Robbins, who also had 4 rebounds in the loss for LCC. The nation's top scorer came to play in the second half after she did nothing in the first half with only 4 points. She blew it up in the second half, ended up with 17, which is still 8 below her average, and only scored 10 last night, so she didn't have a great tournament at all. Nonetheless, has 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists in the game. We'll take that from your number one player, the top scorer in the country. She ended up, as we said, with 13 in the second half to go for 17 in the game. 21 in the game for Marlene Anna Busu, that is. She has 21 points, 12 rebounds, and 2 block shots and 3 steals. She was outstanding. She's the kid from West Africa and played outstanding in their game. 10 in the game for Perrine Minore from France. She had 10 points. Kinsley Chodu had 30 last night against Otero, only had 8 tonight on a 3 of 9 shooting. They hit 4 three-pointers in the game after hitting 16 last night. They were 4 of 20 from three-point land tonight. Lamar was 4 of 13 after they had 8 three-pointers, I believe it was, last night. Nope, check that, 10 three-pointers last night. But Lamar just could not get anything going in that third quarter. It was the killer. They were outscored 18-4 after having a 4-point halftime lead, and they end up losing it 61-51. And Lamar drops to now 4-6 on the season, losing both games of this Thanksgiving tournament to 2 really good teams from Region 5, and they're not even the best teams in that region. There are 4 others: New Mexico, South Plains, Odessa, and Midland, ranked 6th, 10th, 16th, and 21st in the preseason polls. Howard is picked 5th, and Frank Phillips is picked 7th in their league. And they come in here and beat Lamar by 12 and 10. Good thing we don't have Odessa and Midland up here. It might not be pretty at all. But nonetheless, Lamar makes it interesting. Now they have to focus on what they have to focus on, which is Region 9. That is their conference, and it begins next Saturday. We'll have it for you, doubleheader with the women and the men, starting at 5 o'clock for the women, 7 o'clock for the men, next Saturday night here against Otero, right here at the LCC Wellness Center in Lamar, Colorado. The women are back on the court. If you want to see them in a game, we'll not be broadcasting. I think they will probably have the video of it. CSU club team at 5 o'clock on Monday. Then they go on the road to Adams State on Tuesday in Alamosa. The men's team will be back at home on Wednesday night when they play Alamosa and the Adams State JV team before they take on Otero. They were playing Colorado Northwestern today. We have no score. It's the final game of the Thanksgiving tournament up in Casper. They lost to Casper 64-62 last night. Still haven't got an update on their score, and we haven't been able to find it because they did not stream the game like they said they were. We weren't able to find it on the Casper feed. So nonetheless, we'll see it somewhere down the line. I'm sure Coach Stubbs will put it up there. Lamar beat Northwestern earlier this year by plenty. Probably will get the win as they head home from Casper tonight. Our final again today, 61-51 is the score. Frank Phillips gets the win over LCC after the Lopes had a 4-point lead at halftime. We're not able to hold on, and they turned it around in the third quarter and get the victory. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Of course, we enjoyed bringing it to you. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving weekend, and it continues tomorrow and on into Monday as we get ready for the holiday season. It is upon us here in southeast Colorado, as the temperature might not indicate it, but the days do indicate it being the last part of November. For Miss Lubers, I'm Corey Allen Ford, voice of the Running Lopes. Glad you're with us this Thanksgiving weekend. Hope you have a great rest of it. So long, everybody, from the LCC Wellness Center in Lamar.